Good morning. Welcome to Member Focus Monday. I'm Christina Schaefer, Social Media Manager for HAR. I have two guests with me this morning. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'll have them introduce themselves in just a moment, and we'll get into our very important topic. But I do want to mention before we get started that today's Member Focus Monday and this week's HAR On the Move podcast are sponsored by Drees Custom Homes. Drees Custom Homes has been building luxury communities in Texas for more than 30 years. So welcome, ladies. So Shelly Ralph, Cindy Heyman. I'm sure many of our members that are watching know exactly who you are. But really quickly, before we get into today's topic, I want to have you introduce yourselves.
Sure. I'm Shelly Ralph. I was your 2014 past chair, as well as your 2019 MLS chair. I currently serve on the HRIS board. I'm a TRLP graduate and an MLS Platinum subscriber.
And I'm Cindy Heyman. I'm your past 2017 HAR chairman, 2018 past chair. I'm also an MLS subscriber. I'm a platinum member, and I'm also a past graduate of TRLP.
Yes, very good. Thank you, ladies, so much for all that you do for us. So we're here, obviously, to talk about the MLS fee increase that is taking place. So if we could start out, Shelly, if you could just tell us, when is this going to affect? What is the new rate going to be?
So the new rate is $35 a month. It goes into effect with the billing, the second quarter billing, which will go out the first week of March for the second quarter of 2020. I think it's important to note, though, too, that our broker fees, though, will not change.
Okay, very good. So I kind of went through and pulled some questions that we've gotten from members, or the feedback that we've gotten from members. And one thing that members seem to be both confused about but also angry about is that their listings go on websites like Zillow. Can you explain that for us, Cindy? Shed some light on why that happens?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, HAR does not receive any money from Zillow or any other website, okay? So the consumer wants their listings to be advertised everywhere. They want it on Zillow.com, Realogy, Remax. And so what it does is it drives member listings. It drives the feed from ListHub. And so what it does is it advertises the listing, and the members benefit from that because their listings are advertised all over the world. Mm-hmm. And they get leads back from that. It's not something that we pay Zillow to do that. Why do we do this? Because we want to keep HAR number one. Mm-hmm. That is our website, HAR number one. But your broker can turn that feed off if you are unhappy about it. But I can tell you, if the consumer goes out and searches their listing and they don't see it on all these websites, what's going to happen is they're going to say, why am I using you?
Right.
You know, we all as listing agents go out and we boast about all of the websites. So we should be proud that it's not only on Zillow, but all the different websites like Realtor.com, Homes.com, mm-hmm. Just to give you an example.
Yeah, that's so true. I would think a consumer, if they go to just Google and type in their property address, they want to see it, all the websites, right? They don't just want to see HAR or the company website maybe. They want to see it everywhere. Absolutely. So that's such a good point. Thank you. And I think it's important that first thing you mentioned is that HAR doesn't receive anything from Zillow financially, because that's another misconception that I think our members have.
And I get this question all the time when I'm out in the field, is why are we paying Zillow, to show our listings on their website? It's not true. I mean, we want them there. We want the leads back to us. HAR does not charge us for our leads. So the more that we can pick up a consumer, a buyer out there, we're doing a benefit for the buyer. We're also doing a benefit for the seller.
That's great.
I think as Cindy said too, it's important to remember that the broker can turn that on or off. Yeah, it's their choice as to whether they syndicate those listings.
And some brokers do choose to do that.
That's correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, they do.
It's not a big number, but I wouldn't. There are some that do. Okay. So Shelly, you told us when the rate's going into effect. You told us how much it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Why now? Why HAR? We haven't raised these fees in over 20 years. Why is this happening now?
Well, I think it's important for our members to know that we discuss this every year. We look at our fees and we discuss, what our budget is, and how we're going to move forward, and what can we do to maintain a lower cost for our members, I think is always very important for us. We've talked about it over the years, and we've just chosen not to. We have found other ways to cover cost, and at this point, we continue to see increases in everything we do, whether it's on-site search engines, whether it's mapping, continuing to keep HAR.com number one in our marketplace. We're the only one that has an HAR.com when you look at other MLSs. And so that piece of it is critical, that we continue to put the money into things like that, and building tools for our members as well.
Very good. I'm glad you mentioned other MLSs, because I've seen this come up a couple times. Halima actually posted a kind of a comment, not really a question, about the comparison chart that we have in comparing Houston to San Francisco, saying they're very different markets with different costs of living. But there are a lot of other local cities on that comparison chart as well, and we can show that to the members on the screen. Can one of you maybe speak to that a little bit, why we're showing you what these other cities are charging?
We can tell people, tell our members every day that we're one of the lowest. And we are, truly, we're one of the lowest. San Francisco's $64, San Antonio's $58 per month, Austin is $44, and we're still at $35. We're still at $35. So I think that what happens is we think, our dues keep going up and we're one of the highest, when in fact, Shelly, you and I have traveled all over the greater Texas, being chairman, and what we realized is we're the cheapest. We're the best.
Yeah, we provide more services for our members than any of the other associations that are even compared on that list.
Right, and like you said, and a lot of them don't have an HAR.com.
Exactly.
Very good, a consumer-facing website. Kenya just said, thank you for explaining Zillow. Virginia asked, who owns HAR?
The members. The members own it.
You guys.
Yeah,
you guys own HAR.
The members.
Okay, very good. So another common question is just understanding the legitimacy of the increase. What will this revenue go towards?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm glad I was chosen to talk about that. HAR.com. It's the number one website in Houston. So you've got a lot of disruptors out there that are spending billions of dollars to advertise. And so for us, we've got to keep HAR number one in Houston and relevant to our members and to our clients, our buyers and sellers. And so it creates different tools that help us. It creates security. It's constantly creating more and more tools to help us do our daily job, that and a benefit to our consumers, and our back office systems. We're going to be switching to Salesforce, and so we're probably going to have to hire an individual to be able to do that. And so I'm really excited about the billing and the Salesforce and all of that included. But it's just every day keeping HAR number one in the minds of the consumer. We're statewide. We do a lot of advertising.
Well, and I think it's important for our members to realize, too, that we are promoting their listings and we're promoting our members online. And we do that on a consistent basis. There is we do it with no cost back to them for, leads or anything like that. So the lead generation goes straight to the agents without charging a fee back for that. So it's important that we continue to promote our agents and our listings in the public.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Very good. Shelly, you mentioned that this is something that has been addressed year after year. Why a increase now and not small increases over the years? Why did that happen?
Well, I think we looked at smaller increases over the last several years, or over many years, and I think if we had chosen to do smaller increases, actually the member probably would have paid more. Because it would have accumulated over an annual basis and over the last 20 years. So I think it's just important for people to realize that we try to keep cost at a minimum and only make changes when we really feel that it's important for us to stay ahead of all of our competition out there.
Okay, very good. A couple of people
Where
saying
else can you get benefits like that for $35 a month?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And our board of directors and our executive board of directors have to vote on it. For
Sure.
The increase.
So a little bit of confusion here, I believe. Tanya was asking, why is HAR spending money on a CRM as a part of this? I think it's because you mentioned Salesforce, and that's more of an internal,
right? It's our bookkeeping.
The bookkeeping for HAR that
billing.
you know every business has, right?
Correct.
But the things that actually affect the members, the visibility on har.com, keeping
That's
our
what it's
SEO
going for.
quality.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So, yeah, it's not for a CRM for
No,
members.
no.
Want to make sure we understand that. Very good.
Some of these tools, though, that we would implement, which would possibly be a CRM in the future for our members to use, would be part of the Platinum process.
Okay.
So, I mean, and there's
So
an
that would be
additional fee.
optional.
Right, that would be optional.
Absolutely.
Very good. So a question here. If members own HAR, why don't we vote and make decisions about fees? And then he just made a comment about HAR referrals and marketing that he doesn't see those as often.
Well,
So-
I would say that members really do vote on it because members choose our board of directors. I mean, it's not an appointed board; it's chosen by our members, and our members vote for that. And so they really are voting for it when they choose their representatives
choose your
on the
leadership.
board.
That's what I
So
was
it's
gonna
important
say.
to
It's
remember
important to vote. Yes,
Yes.
Right.
yes, very good. Virginia said, "Is HAR a nonprofit since it's owned by members?"
Yes, it is a nonprofit.
Okay, very good. So let's get back into it. So this is, again, the first increase in over 20 years. Do we anticipate additional increases in the next few years?
No, no, no. And I say that, the cost of doing business goes up every day. Us as individuals, our gasoline, our ink and our printers. This is just another cost that we have to do. But we do not anticipate another price increase at least for 20 years. And I think by then, Shelley, you and I will be out of this business.
I think
in
I'll
20
still
years.
be working.
You will? I'm not. But no. When we voted on this, as the board of directors voted, we asked this question: do you think there will be another one next year? No.
Okay, very good.
But there's no crystal ball out there either. So, I mean, obviously, we don't anticipate one.
No.
Yeah.
But the world can change.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So this is a question that I've seen a lot, and I actually have a particular interest in this question. How much of this revenue will go towards staff pay increases?
I'm sorry, Christina, none of it.
So no raise this year.
No
raise this year.
I'm
Okay.
not saying you might not get a raise, but the MLS fees do not go towards staff raises.
I got a little excited when I saw some members asking that, but
Yes,
so I
exactly.
figured no.
That's
Okay.
a great question.
I had to
Great
try.
question.
Okay, very
But y'all
good.
do an amazing job for our members.
Very good. So Tanya said, please consider adding Forewarn as a member benefit. That's that safety app, I believe, or at least a discount. So that's something that we could definitely suggest to our technology advisory group. Very good. Rubina asked, always curious, how accurate is Zillow?
You want to take that one, or do you want me?
You take it and I'll add to it.
I'm going to say that some of the time Zillow is not accurate. They do not take the listing down when in a timely manner when the listing goes pending or sold. And so a lot of times, consumers will go out there and they'll get the listing and look at the information and it's already sold, or they'll give a Zestimate, and a Zestimate is not accurate. In the state of Texas, we're a non-disclosure state.
Right.
So if you go there, you're getting a range, right, Shelley? And because you're getting a range may not be what the market brings today. Only your realtors are going to be able to give you the value of what your home should sell for, by doing a CMA.
I think it's really important for members to encourage their customers to use HAR, use the HAR app, because it is the most accurate.
Absolutely.
And I think that's true, and I think it's another reminder that we bring a lot to the table. I tell my agents all the time that the consumer is more informed. They're not more educated. So there's a lot of information out there, and we provide great value by being able to help them sort through that information. And as Cindy said, we're a non-disclosure state, where in other states they can pull the actual sales price and information from the tax rolls.
Very good. That's such a good way to put it. Informed, not necessarily educated.
Right.
Right. Okay. Virginia asked if you could reiterate, Shally, how much are the fees now?
$35 a month, effective with the second quarter.
Okay, but I think she
2020.
was asking how much were.
Oh, they were 20.
20.
They were 20 a month, and they've gone to 35 a month.
Okay, very good. And I see a question about platinum, which we'll get to in just a little bit. So I will come back to your question there, Pam. This is another one we see all the time is, why did staff decide to do this? You know, we had a member that said we would like to be able to vote for these things. Can you explain again just how all of this works? Who makes these decisions?
I'm happy to give information about that. The staff provides a lot of information to us on an annual basis.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of research for us in helping to prepare the budgets, but the board of directors is actually the one that approves it.
Mm-hmm.
So the staff doesn't make these decisions. They don't decide to increase your fees. They don't decide to increase dues. It's actually done at a board of directors level.
Okay.
And every decision is taken to the executive board, and the executive board will make their recommendation, but it is the board of directors that have to approve it for it to, go into force.
And many times when we make decisions as a board of directors, we do send it back for further review. So, I mean, we make sure that that things are really looked at closely because we value our members so much.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Very good. So I want to get back to Pam's question here. She said MLS fees haven't gone up, but membership has, and also you pay more to be platinum. So I think she's saying membership fees. She might be referring to TAR and NAR fees.
That is correct.
Okay.
TAR and NAR have raised their fees, but we have not.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then
It's important when you pay your
yes.
dues every year, you look at whose fees have changed.
Line
There's
by
an
line?
NAR
Line by
due,
line.
there's an HAR due, and a TA.
Yes.
I can't
Texas
remember
Realtor due.
when HAR had
I
a
can't
dues
either.
increase. I mean,
So,
it's
yeah.
way before my time.
So it's important to understand the distinction. MLS fees are increasing, but not the HAR dues.
Correct.
Okay, very good. And then she said you also had to pay more to be platinum. Cindy, I know you are a huge advocate for the platinum subscriber as well as you, Shell. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. Platinum is an additional service with amazing tools for those individuals that want to pay $129 a year. What they provide is so many tools that some of our members don't want to use all the technology and the tools. We get the Cloud CMA. We get agent apps that drive traffic to our websites.
Blogs.
We get a blog. We get the open house manager. You know, it's surprising to me because these are some amazing tools that will help generate more activity, to your website. You can point your Cindy at cindyheyman.com to the HAR website and have all of these tools. But did you know that only 14,000 members out of 40,000 are platinum subscribers?
Yeah.
Wow. They're missing the boat. Why pay thousands of dollars for leads to other companies when you can use all of these services for $129 a year?
Our client experience rating is a part of that as well, and everybody wants to see ratings. I mean, no matter what you're doing. I mean, we were driving out of town this weekend and on our phone looking for restaurants to go and have dinner coming back into town, and you want to see how they're rated. So it's so important.
It's so true. As consumers, we experience that, right? Like, I don't want to go eat at a restaurant. I want to eat at the best restaurant.
Right.
So we apply that to
I want
everything
to hear what
else.
people have said.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to just work with a realtor. I want to work with a realtor that I see other people have worked with and has done well and has maybe some designations behind their name, right? So that is something that consumers look for.
But we don't charge everybody for it. It's only
Right.
those that want
it's
that
optional.
extra added benefit. The only ones that want to set themselves at those levels.
Very
Right.
good. Okay. So Tanya asked, and I don't know if you ladies know the answer to this, but she said, why did the board not do a round of asking for feedback about this from members publicly?
Well, I think that's what your board of directors are there for.
Yeah.
You have to get in touch with your board of directors, and know. I know you guys post a lot of things on har.com, little pop-ups and information sources there. We're very transparent. I believe we're probably one of the largest associations that's transparent about what we do.
We put our budget right out there for our members to see.
Yeah.
But get in contact with your board of directors. Talk to them. You elect them.
Yeah,
Well, and I
there's
think it's important too for members to speak to their brokers and to give feedback to the board of directors and to give feedback to people because we do so many things in our community that talk about what we're doing at HAR. Their breakfasts, their luncheons, their events. The Engage. It's a great opportunity to get together and talk about what's going on and what the potential future holds.
Okay, very good. Miguel had another question about about the revenue and where this is going to go. I've noticed that the free CE classes have been the same for a long time. With these increases, are we going to have updated CE classes?
I would think that we would. We'd have updated. We're constantly growing. We're constantly educating. I think if there's a class out there that somebody thinks that they need more training with, contact, our staff at HAR. That's one thing that I love about our staff. Don't you, Shelley?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Our education department is really incredible at continuing to bring, better education and more tools to our members. And I think it's important that if we don't have to charge for something, we are not going to charge for it.
And I think I think he was mostly referring to the free CE classes, which are the MLS classes, tools classes.
Absolutely.
We want to make members be able to.
I think we would always make most of that available.
Yeah. Okay. Can the fee go on automatic payment? Nora's asking. That's more of an internal question, but I believe so. You can set up automatic payments now.
Mine are automatic.
It's automatic, so very good. There might be other questions that come in, but I don't see any others at this time. Is there anything else that you wanted to say? I'll give you both a chance if there's anything else you wanted to say to our members.
Well, I just think it's important to be involved where you can and understand what's happening at our association level. There's lots of opportunity and there's lots of ways to get involved and learn more about our association and what we do.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to reiterate that Shelley said we're member driven. Mm-hmm. We have to report to our members everything that we do. Getting involved, you're going to understand what these tools are for. Just like Platinum, 14,000 subscribers. Not everybody wants it, so we have to cater to all of our members. That's what we're here for. Mm-hmm. And getting involved. There's so many committees that you can join. Shelley and I have been on a lot of committees that pique our interest. Getting involved and learning what they do. And I think that you would be pleasantly surprised how well HAR is and how much they back their members.
And I think it's important too that if you're not involved in a committee and your time does not allow you to, there's a staff person at HAR that is in charge of each of our committees that members volunteer and serve on. And so any questions, it's just as an MLS chair last year, everything that was brought to the MLS committee through Sean and Nathan was brought back to us, and we took it back to the committee to discuss and visit about.
Yeah, also with the classes question. Rita's done a great job of bringing new classes to HAR, but she's always taking suggestions from members too.
Yeah, and I think the classes that we teach that we don't charge for are typically to better understand what our tools are. We typically don't charge unless there's a fee really involved for us.
Yeah. One of the free classes that I always recommend to our members, new member or seasoned agent, is the free tools class.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you how many times I hear from members, I don't even know what I have access to. They're platinum members, they're paying the platinum fee, but they're not utilizing all the tools. I think everybody should take that class.
And not just new members. Shelley and I have been in the business 20 plus years. We learned something from it. Technology is changing.
Well, and I have new agents that are brand new agents that go through orientation and come back and tell me about things that they're like, everybody should know about this. So, it's all out there. All you have to do is spend the time to look at it.
Very good. Virginia asked about the pop-ups in the MLS. Those are typically done by staff, Virginia, but you can always hit the feedback button in there if you have a question about why they're popping up something in there. She did say also she loves our MLS. It's the best.
Awesome.
Miguel said, I'm willing to volunteer. What is the process to become a volunteer?
Typically, the volunteer time period is in the fall, and there's a deadline. Right around October, November. Well, October and November, you can sign up for serving on a committee, and I would reach out to other committee members and people. I mean, and be involved, meet people, get to know people. And it's not, again, that selection process happens at the staff and the chair level for each of the committees. So we do look at people and what their experience is, and we look for a wide variety. So we want small brokers, medium-sized brokers, large brokers. We want people, you know, who are newer in the business and are more experienced in the business.
Also in August, with our board of directors voting, anybody can run for the board, right?
Anybody can run for the board.
Anybody.
Now
We
that is
encourage it.
actually done in
August,
I mean,
I believe.
it
Isn't it?
starts in July, August,
yes.
but the deadline is earlier
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
year to sign up.
And we encourage it. You know, we have we have small firms, we have large firms, we have geographical areas that you can run. Definitely get involved.
Yeah. Okay. Very
And
good.
if you have questions about it, reach out to somebody else that's already involved.
Yeah. Virginia also had a question about, she said, why is cloud so expensive and not included? Cloud CMA, that is a part of the Platinum
Absolutely.
subscription.
It is.
And it's actually cheaper to sign up for Platinum
Yes.
than it is to
Just
sign up for Cloud CMA on
Correct.
its own.
We are receiving about $2,500 worth of tools through Platinum. So Cloud CMA is part of Platinum, and you pay $129 a year.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you're interested in doing, you know, all of the tools, go on to har.com/platinum, and you can see, you know, the comparison from basic to what you get for the extra $129. And no, we don't make any member subscribe. We want you to, but we don't make you.
Very good. Okay, we also do have a landing page for the MLS fees. Shelley, you mentioned that we have, you know, all of our budget out there
Items,
for everybody to
right.
see. You can see that on that landing page as well, right?
That's correct. There's a link there.
And our Facebook pages.
Yes, very good. All right, well, thank you so much, ladies. This has been a lot of information. I'm sure our members are happy to hear it and get everything explained to them so they have a better understanding.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Absolutely. So just a reminder before we sign off, today's Member Focus Monday and this week's HAR on the Move podcast are sponsored by Drees Custom Homes. They've been developing luxury home communities in Texas for more than 30 years. We will see you next week where we are going to get a legal update from HAR's legal counsel, Grant Harple. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.